Peace. It's me, your girl Nicole, sister midwife, and let me tell you something. It has been a whirlwind around here today. I could hardly sleep last night because I knew that I had a lot to get done. Today is a very busy day for me. I've been running all day, and like many of my coaching clients, I also do a lot, sometimes too much, and I can begin to feel overwhelmed. I have learned that feeling overwhelmed can sometimes push me into procrastination, and it can even push me into production paralysis. And when there is something to get done, who has time to be sitting there like, I don't know what to do, right? So today in this Monday Musing, I'm going to share with you 3 things that I do to ease the overwhelm and stay on track to win. So generally, day to day, week to week, I am using a method of block scheduling that works for me. There are lots of different ways to do block scheduling. I am still learning the perfect way or learning the way that will be most efficient for me, but I can definitively say that when I am sticking to my block scheduling and I am making an effort to stick to the method that I have created, I get a lot done with ease and grace. But even when it's working perfectly, once I move into production mode, the blocks just don't be blocking. So in promotion mode, production mode, there's a project, there's an event, there's a presentation I'm preparing for. Like this week, we are having our SMP team retreat here in New Orleans. So it's like all eyes on me. I got to be prepared. I got to be ready to prepare the food and get the location and prepare the activities and make sure that the goals of the retreat are met for myself, for Sister Midwife, as well as for the team. Now, I knew that this week was coming and I've been preparing. But that doesn't mean I still don't have a lot of last minute things to do. And just in general, during production mode, I'm always heightened because I want to make sure everything is right. And so, yeah, I can begin to feel overwhelmed. And I have learned the sooner I can calm the feelings of overwhelm, the faster I can get back on track and get things done. So step 1 first, I remind myself to breathe. Sis, you're going to be good. It always works out. Take a deep breath. Calm your nerves. Breathe. Do some positive self-talk. And remind myself that it will work out. Second, I do a brain dump. Now, a brain dump can look different for everybody. Sometimes, and for me even, it can look different every time I'm brain dumping. Sometimes it's going into the notes in my phone. Sometimes I'm brain dumping into a calendar, like I'm creating an event in the calendar, but it's literally just a running list of things I have to do that day. Sometimes I use the task list. Sometimes it's digital. Sometimes it's physical. Sometimes I have a brain dump where I'm just writing in a notebook. I'm old school still. I like to do pen to paper. So sometimes I'm doing that. When and how I brain dump will just depend on where I am and what's available to me at the time. So as an example, like I said, I couldn't sleep last night, or I didn't sleep well. And so this morning, I think after I got up to use the bathroom, I couldn't go back to sleep. It was probably about 4 o'clock in the morning. I did a brain dump. I'm in bed. So at this time, I did a brain dump in the notes in my phone, just documenting all of the tasks, all of the things, big and small, that had to get done today. Because that helps me see the picture and I can begin to move forward. Once I have the brain dump, I begin to ask myself what has to be done today versus what would be nice. Perfect case scenario, you want all of this to get done. But if something has to get skipped, I identify what is the thing that it can get skipped and what is the thing that cannot get skipped, and then everything else falls in the middle. So then I ask myself, what has to be done this morning? What can wait till this afternoon? And what can be an after hour or evening thing? I ask myself, what has an actual time attached to it? So as an example, this morning, I had a personal coaching call scheduled for 11:30. I couldn't change that. So I couldn't, do things that were in conflict with this 11:30 appointment. So I had to keep that appointment and I had to fit all of my other things around that. I asked myself, what could be delegated? Whether that's delegated to a team member or delegated to my child. Because baby, let me tell you something. These children can be miraculous assistants when we teach them and allow them to be. My daughter come up, she like a winner, okay? So what can be delegated to her? And then most importantly, I asked myself, Where is the smoke, and is it about to go into flames? And is there a frog that needs to be eaten? Third, once I have calmed my nerves and brain dumped and analyzed my brain dump list, then I make a decision to either eat the frog, if there is a frog, right? In production mode, there may not be an actual frog. It may just be a fire, like I need to pay an invoice. Or I need to pick up a delivery from Walmart delivery or Target pickup or Office Depot, right? I might need to pay an invoice or do something like that. Pick up the catering food. That's like a fire to me. So I make the decision to either eat the frog or do the thing that is on the verge of catching fire. And that, like I said, can change. Now, once I do the first two things, calm my nerves and make my list, I immediately begin to relax. Because then usually I can see that I have actually done more prepping and more than I thought. And I can see how things are going to fall in place as they always do. We got all this pressure on ourselves. What's going to happen? It's going to fall in place. So once I could see that brain dump, it eases my energy and it helps me prioritize what really needs to get done. It also lets me know where I need to pivot. Is there something on this list that's just not going to happen? And sometimes we have to be okay with that. We have a plan. The plan is going to take us to the destination. And sometimes we might need to catch an Uber instead of catch a Lyft. Sometimes we might need to call for a ride instead of drive for ourselves. We still going to get there. So where do I need to pivot? And so that helps me. Those first two steps really, really lay the foundation for decreasing overwhelmed and making me feel like I am back on track. Now, once I do the third step, either eat the frog or put out the little fire I'm dealing with, I'm fully at ease and ready to move into action to get all of the final things done. That notion of production paralysis goes away when I can see the finish line. Now, it's important to the success of this process that while you are analyzing your list and doing your first important task, whether that's eating the frog or doing what is the fire, putting that fire away, you gotta put your phone away. You got to close or hide extra and unnecessary tabs. At least let me say, I have to put my phone away. And I have to hide any extra and unnecessary tabs. If you are like me, when I'm working, I got like 100 tabs open, but they will distract me. So I have to close them so that I can be super focused. Sometimes I hear my clients say things like, I can't focus because there's too much stimulation. When you move your phone to another room, when you close all of your tabs, you are able to focus on the thing at hand. And then I am able to get the big and the little things done. So that is me. That's my method to get rid of the overwhelm. I would not call myself a time management perfectionist or expert. I'm still working on this, right? But what I just shared with you has worked for me, and I hope something that I share can help you. That's all I got. As always, feel free to take what you like and leave the rest. Peace.